I'm gonna squeal so hard after this panel. It's not even funny.
I wanted to sit next to Eric. I know.
I think that's it. I have this space over here.
All right, guys. Welcome to the Fighters High web series panel, talking about all things we have about J.D. Oliver Academy. But before we even get into that, let's first find out about Fighters High.
Welcome to J.D. Oliver Academy.
Welcome to Fighters High. I'd like to introduce you to our panelists that we have here on the stage. To the right of me right here, we have Master Chris Dyer. Then we have series creator and director extraordinaire, we have Chris Ryans. Director of photography, we have Max Sterling. To the right of him, we have Raquel Romain, who plays Casa Cabrera. We have Eric DePrince, who is Tommy King. Glowing after meeting Jason David Frank. And then, last but certainly not least, we have Nick Capuzio with the duck lip face he just gave me, playing Ryan D'Onofrio. So today we're going to be talking about some of the things that are happening within Fighters High with the crew. We're also going to be talking about our Indiegogo campaign, and on top of that, we're going to be talking about, as I try to multitask here, we're also going to be talking about some of the videos that you're going to see that have never before been seen here. So anybody else that's out there that hears my voice, you might want to come in and see this. It's going to be a fun panel. So first off, let's get talking with our two series people that we have here. So first off, Chris Ryans. We're going to go ahead and talk with you, sir. I'm super serial, Chris. Stop it. So in any case, we have Chris Ryans is our director and also one of the original people that actually came up with Fighters High. How about you actually give us the origin story of Fighters High?
Well, I came up with Fighters High back in 2004. I came out with it in 2004. I was sitting around watching a movie with Mike Roker. It was called Battlefield Baseball. And it was so goofy, it was so stupid. I was like, man, I want to do something like that one day. And I started kicking around the idea for a martial arts high school series. The first Fighters High series I brought out in 2007. And it was more like a live-action anime. It had like a slapstick, goofy kind of feel to it. I had a co-writer at the time. His name was Kevin Sider. In 2009, unfortunately, he passed away, and I wasn't able to continue the series without him. So I decided to take some time off from it, and then when I came back to it, I rewrote it, made it a much more grounded series, but still has some comedy in there. And that's where we're at now, and I have this fantastic cast with me. Can't wait to show you guys what we've got.
All right. Now, moving on to Max Sterling. Why don't we talk about, now you're the director of photography. You're going to be showing, what's up?
I'm not the director of photography.
Co-director.
Credit for that.
Okay. So he is our co-director. And where do you see, like along with your combination with Chris, where do you see the series going as we start progressing into it?
Better. I walked into the shop that Chris runs one day, and they were playing the original series and talking about how they needed help for something, and I completely interrupted. I didn't really know him, and I said I could do better than that, and so I came onto the show. And we've been basically just tightening it up, and I've been helping with the balance between the sort of goofy comedy stuff and the serious stuff, which was sort of already in the mix. I ruined all the fun parts, basically. And I brought in my good friend Mike Iglesias, who couldn't be here today, who shot all the good footage that you haven't seen yet. And he and I have been made me look better, ripping off Michael Mann a lot. It's a good show. I thought it would be really cool if John Hughes made a movie where all the Breakfast Club kids beat each other up. And that's what I'm slowly trying to turn this into. So.
Very nice, very nice. So, right now, what new tech have you brought into this? What type of camera work are you guys working on with this?
Of course, I'm having a brain fart. It's the Panasonic AF100 is the camera we're shooting on, and actually half the lenses we're using, most of them are German, and I can't remember what they're called. There's a couple of Zeiss lenses, and then half the lenses we're using, my friend Mike, who shoots this thing, is a genius, and he's just breaking lenses and building them. So they're lenses that don't really exist.
Very nice.
We're doing it as fast and dirty as possible. Right now the crew is just Mike and I, but we're bringing in some other people, and it's going to be good. I don't know how to talk to big crowds of people, so tell me when to stop.
No, you're doing good, man. You're doing good. Now, what we're going to do now is that we're actually going to go ahead and take a look at one of the stars and one of their stories and whatnot. So our focus now turns to Mr. Eric the Prince, who plays Tommy Kane. He is actually our series star. And what we have with him is that he's basically come from a background that you'll see in the video. He's trying to live up to a dream. So first off, with you, Eric, let's talk about how do you connect with your character with this series?
Okay. When I first read the character bio of Tommy, it was very interesting because in my personal life, I have a very good relationship with my father. He's my best buddy. Now, in this character, he has such daddy issues, and the way I connect with him is his drive to be the best, to continuously training and trying to be basically the best martial artist that he can be, and just, he's like a racehorse. Nothing bothers him when it comes to training, and I guess I could relate to that when I train for tournaments, testings, and anything along those lines. I love the character. I think he's amazing role.
Very nice, very nice. So what is your actual martial arts background that you have right now?
Right now I've been training in Korean martial art Tong Sudo for about 15 years with Grandmaster Dominic Jacoby. Try and be part of him.
Now, how did you actually wind up getting the part with Fighters High?
It's fun. That's man, I owe everything to Chris. It's funny. I actually, we were at a tournament, and I've been competing with Master Dyer and beating him for so long. You know what I mean? Particularly fighting. But I looked up to Master Dyer since I was a little kid. Since I was 12 years old, I watched him compete, and I loved him. And so one year, he told me about this project he's working on and invited me and a fellow martial artist, Master Dominic Penn, to go and check it out. Now, I thought I was just going there for stunt work. I had no idea it was an audition. No idea. I didn't go prepared with anything, nothing. So I just went there, just figured I was going to go there for how to fall properly, how to basically just, fight on camera. So all of a sudden, Chris Ryan's called me over, and I'm thinking, oh, God, I messed up or something. I'm a loser. I was so upset. So I walk in there, and I read the part for the lead. Totally took me by surprise, and I read it. And the next day, he called me at work and told me I got to roll.
So now,
Let me add to that.
I guess I'm going to
A little bit before we did this audition, Master Dyer here showed me a picture of Eric.
With his shirt off.
No. He sent a muscle shirt on. But so he shows me pictures of him, and he was in these pictures. These were younger pictures of him. He was a skinny kid in these pictures. So that's what I was expecting when I saw him. I was like, yeah, that looks like the Tommy Kane I'm looking for. That's the guy. So when it came around for the auditions, I didn't really look at anyone else. I looked right at him, and I was like, that's the one. That's the one. But I didn't recognize him at first. I'm like, who is this dude with all these muscles that looks like the guy who, like in the pictures, but it was just like this huge dude. I was like, he's kind of large. He's kind of large, but I can make this work. There are gyms apparently everywhere in the world of Fighters High, so yeah, it works out wherever it goes.
In those pictures, I was 140 pounds, and now I'm 193.
There you go. All right, guys, are you ready to see the first of unseen clips that have not been shown anywhere else? Are you guys ready?
Yes!
There we are. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a nice introduction to Tommy King.
I go to school with that dude.
This is it. I've waited a long time for this. To come to the school that made my dad famous, J.D. Oliver Academy. I always looked up to him. He was my hero. Then one day, he's gone. Not a word, not one damn word on why he left his family behind. The great Adam Kane, legend of Fighters High. I used to believe all of that. I made a promise. I'll go to his alma mater, train him even better than he was. Become the best martial artist that I can be. Then, one day, I'm gonna find him. I'm gonna find out why he left us. And I will get answers, one way or another. If anyone gets in the way of my goal, well, get ready, Fighters High. It's time.
All right, how about that first video, huh? I know you. Yeah, I do, actually. It's great. All right, so moving on. Now we go to our leading lady. Well, actually, first off, wow, that was a bad segue into that one. Sorry, Master Dyer. Any case, so our next we're heading into is actually a campaign that we have going on right now. It's our Indiegogo campaign. Right now we are looking to, since this is an independently filmed project, we are looking for some crowdfunding also to help us out with this. So anything that you can will help. And Master Dyer, do you have any other information that you'd like to pass along with that, like some of the good stuff?
I have great information
You do.
that I'd like to pass on. First thing I just want to clarify, I agreed to come today because I was told this whole thing was going to be about me. So I'm a little thrown off here. It's already gone. So I've got 6 minutes of footage and you added that video. Just me standing there hating on Eric, is that what it was? So we have an Indiegogo campaign going on, and for those of us that don't know what Indiegogo is, it's a crowdfunding website that you can go on and you can help support Fighters High, so we have funds to make this awesome show. And how do we find that exactly? I'm talking about it, but I have to...
Yeah, you go right on Indiegogo.com and just do a search for Fighters High.
Bam. Or, if you haven't liked our Facebook page, you can go right to Facebook/ how's that work? Facebook.com/Fighters High. He should have done this. Excuse me. And you can like our Fighters High page, and then on there you'll find some links for the Indiegogo. Yeah, it's tough to keep these guys this good looking, so we need lots of primping and that kind of stuff. So we need a lot of money. Not Raquel, the guys. So we need lots of money. Lots of money for the makeup. Oh. Did I pay for too hard? No, I'm just saying. So People saying time's up. So yes, Indiegogo. Yeah, I think it's pretty good for Indiegogo, right? Good. Yeah, please support the show so we can film more stuff and show you guys some pretty cool stuff because Chris has a lot of awesome scripts and a lot of good things planned.
Yeah, like the way the show is now, like to me, the show is fantastic. To everyone involved, the show is fantastic. We're doing it pretty much with nothing. If you were to get any kind of funding, this show would be much better than it already is. And we already have a fantastic cast, a fantastic crew. Can't wait to show you guys what we got.
Now, on top of that too, with the crowdfunding campaign that you're actually going to have, so what's going to happen is it's a simple donation, just like anything else. Like you can donate $1, you can donate $5, and some of the rewards start happening at $5. Like you can actually get an enrollment form from JD Oliver Academy welcoming you to Fighters High, just by donating $5. There's also different belt levels that you can go through as you go through it. So it would be a great opportunity for you guys to do that. Now, we're going to move on to our leading lady, Miss Raquel Romaine, who plays Cassie Cabrera. She is actually a student at Fighters High, and actually meets Tommy on his first day and starts showing him the ropes. So, Raquel, first off, what is your actual martial arts background that you have?
I started training when I was 6 in Kung Fu in Choi La Fut, and I've been studying Choi La Fut for about 15 years, and I recently started doing Bak Mei and other styles of Kung Fu. And I started competing when I was 8, and since then I travel all over to do tournaments.
And you've also been a part of Team USA a few times with those opportunities, correct?
Yes, I represented the USA in Canada at a big WKC international tournament.
Very nice. Now, how do you think like this show will connect with the people that we have out there today?
I think it'll connect with a lot of the kids that are getting into martial arts. Because it's hard, there's so many shows and movies for kids that play sports, soccer, and football, and I think it's really nice to finally have something about martial arts.
Nice, very nice. Now, how did you get your part here on Fighters High?
Well...
Without making Chris blush too much, both of them I might add.
Well, one of my friends actually recommended me to Chris Ryan's, I believe, and... There he is. And so Chris Ryan's messaged me about it, and I was interested, but my schedule was really busy, and it was for a smaller part. And then he messaged me again about the lead role, and both Chris's actually met me at a tournament that I was competing at, and they got on their knees.
Well, I don't know, both of them.
And
She was on his tables here, and I was trying to get them
they were, said that I would be perfect for the role, and they really wanted me to be a part of Fighters High. And it was really interesting to meet both of them. They're both really awesome. And I said yes.
Nice. Okay, so how about we actually get a demonstration of your style? Can we get a demo of that real quick?
Yes, you can.
All right, guys, give it for Raquel Romaine. She's going to give us a quick demo.
Is this okay?
Yeah.
I can see.
All right, give it up for Raquel Romaine. And now, coming up next, we have Eric the Prince showing off his form of Tang Sudo.
Give me the move that's first rose that point.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
Move, okay.
Eric, the Prince, everyone. Now, of course, no show would have anything to do without also having the guy that just causes all the ruckus.
Yeah, Nick.
So now let's talk to Nick Capuzio, who plays our white tiger, Ryan Tenebrio. If I'm not messing up one name, I'm messing up the other. I apologize.
Composing. There's no I in my name.
See, he's playing the part already. So I'm gonna die later. All right, so Nick, what is your actual martial arts background?
Well, just like Eric over here, I've been doing Tung Sudo for nearly 15 years now. I started when I was 4 years old, and I reached 4th degree black belt.
And I was also your hero, right?
Yeah, Chris was my hero too.
There you go.
This is Chris Dyer presents Fighters High, apparently. All right, now we also have now with your character. How did you actually get your part? Like, how did that come about?
Well, just a lot of things. I'm like similar to Eric for some weird reason. I was at a tournament as well, and this was at the 2012 National Karate Championships, and I was competing in Grand Championships for breaking, and I guess Chris and the other Chris saw me win Grand Champion in breaking, so after that, I got introduced to Chris, that one, and they were like, wow, you know, you'd be a really good part for the villain of the show. And his name is Ryan Tenebrio. And I was like, okay, that's cool. He's like, yeah, we're going to have auditions for you, you know, are you free to do that? I was like, yeah, totally. And so a week later, he calls me up and goes, Nick, we're not going to have an audition. You're just going to get the part. And I was like, what?
Said it just like that.
It says just like that. And I was like, wow, really? I'm Ryan Tenebrio? He's like, yep, congratulations. So I felt like, you know, I felt very honored. You know, he called me up and just told me, you know, it's going to be Ryan.
Well, nobody else signed up for the auditions.
Right, okay, that too.
It's not last resort.
Now,
Yeah, I guess.
how do you actually connect with your part? Like, how does the whole process go with turning into Ryan Tenebrio?
Well,
Look at him.
Well, Ryan is a jerk. Okay, he's that guy in school that you're just like, oh, he's a jerk. He thinks he's all hot stuff. You know, he thinks he's the best at everything. You know, he just thinks he's the best. And I mean, how it compares to me is just that I mean, like, I don't want, like, I'm not conceited, but like I know. Like I don't know. Like I'm like kind of like the total opposite of Ryan, but somehow I can just channel that inner thing of becoming Ryan and becoming cocky and conceited and knowing that, you know, I'm the best in JD Oliver Academy.
Well, the best student.
Yes,
He embodies his characters so well. Like it's almost really like he's not acting when he plays his part.
I guess that tells you a lot about who I am.
Now, he is a natural. He's fantastic as part, as is everyone else.
I'm actually a really nice guy.
I do want to introduce the rest of the cast. We have some more of the cast here. Actually, right in the sit down, Chris. Right in the front row. We have Raymond Blong.
Hey!
Darlene Coleman. Shane, say your last name for me. Is that Blas? Molly Blas. I just wanted to make sure. We have the Kung Fu over here, Mike Roker. And we have two guys who are they're going to be standouts. They're going to be standouts in this show. Sit down. They're going to be standouts in this show. They play the characters RJ and Danny Lowe. I want to introduce you to Justin Bonner-Louis and Cambridge Andrews.
You can tell their relationship in the show now.
And also, why don't we actually get into the final video here? You guys ready to see one more? Yes! All right, so this is the summer break of Ryan Denabrio.
In this world, a man has only one thing, and that's his name. This year will test you. Your dedication to the White Tigers, your title as ECB champion, most important, the name, the legacy of the Denabrio family. I was much younger than you when I first began my training. It was hard work, but it soon became obvious to me that I possessed an ability beyond my years. I was 11 when I first left home to begin my training overseas. That's where I met Master Lewis, and the boy that changed my life forever. Adam King. Under Master Lewis, we trained from sun up till sundown. And although I possessed a greater drive and strength, I always found some way to show off in front of our master. Mistaking his arrogance for heart, the master clearly favored Cain. I knew I was stronger than Cain. He refused to face me in combat, till one day, at the academy, finally did. I trained for years for this. I had every advantage. Like a coward, I found some way to cheat, beat, brought our family name down with me. A year ago, Cain disappeared completely, denying me a rematch. But that's where you come in. He has a son, every bit as arrogant and insufferable as Adam Cain himself. His son's coming to J.D. Oliver Academy this year. What are you smiling for? It'll take a lot more than that to defeat Cain. Do it again. That's it. That's it. This year, you will find Tommy Cain, and you will destroy him. That's it. He took your name. Take back your name. Take back your name. Again.
There you have it, folks. There you have it. So, Nick, will you please give us a little demonstration there, sir?
Certainly.
it up for Nick. Ladies and gentlemen, we have about 5 minutes left here for our presentation today. So we would like to actually open up. Look, see, there's your picture right there. You're the last one.
Yes!
Save the best for last.
Oh, 5 minutes for questions for me? Great.
Questions and answers from the audience. Sir. So we'd like to open up the floor. If you guys have any questions for our panel in any shape or form, please don't hesitate to raise your hand and ask away. Yes, with the giant fro.
I have a question for Eric and Prince. I have 2 questions actually. One, is that your little brother's shirt, and do you take your protein before or after?
Actually, I got this. It's an extra large. Even though it's that baby gap, I still have it. Okay? And I took a pre-workout before I came here. So I'm still going to the gym after this.
He's working out right now.
I'm just trying to get as ripped as you. That's my goal.
Okay, fair enough.
Yes, Cam.
How many times a day do you think you get beat up by me?
How many times a day do I get beat up by
You
you?
get beat up by Danny Lowe. How many times a day do you think he's going to get beat up?
It is scripted, but it's going to be a lot. You will beat me up a lot.
Like a lot.
Yes, from the Shaw brother in the
I
back.
just wanted to say, I think all you guys are drinking. I don't have anything bad to say.
I love you, bro.
I really do.
All right, so besides from our cast members, do any of you folks from the audience have any questions for us?
And the 8 of you that don't work for this show.
Everyone at once.
Well, now here's the thing. If you guys want to talk to us after we actually clean up everything here, please, by all means, come here and check us out. Don't forget to check us out at Fighters High on Twitter and Instagram. We'll be posting photos while we're floating around from the con today. Don't hesitate to come and say hi to everyone. Also, our Indiegogo campaign. Head over to Indiegogo.com, type in Fighters High, and donate what you can. And also spread the word about the show, because really, when you have true talent like the martial artists that we have actually up here, and Chris Rhines, and that's why I'm not in the show anymore. Moving on. But in any case, like seriously, with all the people that we have here, it's people like you that help us out, and also the positive form of martial arts that actually gets out there so people understand it. And I have to thank all of our panel guests that we had today. So again, thank you to Nick, Eric, Raquel, Matt, Chris Rhines, and Chris Dyer. Accolades again for our con guests. I hope you guys have yourselves a great rest of your Comic-Con day, and we'll be floating around the floor, so come say hi to us if you see us floating around. Have a good one, guys. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.